Everybody's talking to Paul. I hear every word they're saying on my laptop, on my phone. When life seems a constant battle, I tune into Earnest Prattle. It will brighten even your darkest day.
I get to smash stuff.
With our help, Jordan from Nottingham has taken on his local takeaway.
It's all failing.
Can he cook a fakeaway that's healthier, tastier and crucially faster than his local?
Hello, welcome to the vlog, the lovely Jordan Miller, or should I say Jordan Charles Miller.
With my bow tie.
With your famous bow tie.
Yeah.
You're looking very dapper, Jordan. So to kick off, Jordan, can you tell me a little bit about yourself, your background, please, brother, if that's okay?
Yeah, no problem. Well, obviously, I'm Jordan. You've already introduced that far, so that saves me a thing. Born and raised in Nottingham. I don't know how far back you want me to go. Worked many different and interesting jobs. I don't know if I ever told you that I was Robin Hood once, but that's always my go-to story. But
it was Robin Hood, was you? What you actually was Robin Hood, Jordan?
Yeah. Do you remember the tales of Robin Hood? I don't believe we must have had this conversation before, but yeah, it was a temp job over sort of the summer holidays when I needed one, and eventually got promoted to be Robin Hood. So yeah.
Did you have to wear green tights and an outfit?
I did. Green tights, boots, frilly shirt. Learnt that the tights are see-through, so must always wear underwear. That's always a good one.
And did you wear a bow tie with that uniform, Jordan?
Not that one, no. I wore a bow though, if that takes, but just
that's close.
Yeah. But yeah, so I've done that. Worked with you at Eon, or they're now working as a civil servant. Got 2 kids. 4 cats.
2 kids and 4 cats, and the lovely partner Amy, I believe.
And Amy, yeah, and my partner, fiance, because we got engaged.
Bless you. Congratulations, both of you.
Thank you. Sounds like the start of a sitcom, doesn't it? 2 kids, 4 cats, and a fiance.
Well, there might be something in the can for later. We'll have to remember that, Jordan.
So, yeah. That's kind of a very brief summary of it. I'm not going to say my age. If you,
well, 22, obviously, Jordan.
Perfect. We'll go with that.
Yeah, there you go. But so, last couple of years, Jordan, we've all had a pretty rubbish time with regards to the COVID situation.
Yep.
So, talk me through how that's affected you of late, Jordan, if you don't mind.
Well, I'm probably a social person, or was, and liked going out. We've been on a few well, we used to do it quite regularly, and then lockdown hit and everything just stopped. You couldn't go and do anything, so you're kind of just stuck inside. And at first I wasn't living with Amy, we were still living separately, so there was a couple of weeks and going on to almost 2 or 3 months when it was a aspect of quite, that loneliness of not being able to do everything. It's getting used to going virtual with everything. You don't have the social aspects at work, as you walking through the office, as you probably know, and having those conversations, you kind of lost all that aspect. But it kind of tuned me into doing more of things that I like and kind of brushing up on them. So I'm a geek. The bow tie didn't give it away or anything like that. So I fell back into things like Dungeons and Dragons quite a lot because this sort of environment with cameras and Zoom and all that. So I kind of went back into that sort of aspect. Cooking as well, and found quite a good outlet from doing cooking, which kind of fell, I think it was during the second lockdown. And by that point, I think everyone was more or less fed up with doing quizzes or, come join me for this 45-minute Zoom quiz. Oh, okay. What's it about this time? Oh, the same questions we had like a couple of weeks ago because everybody was running out of ideas. And initially through work, I decided and put across the idea of doing a cook-along, a virtual cook-along. So using Zoom, how we're doing now, and invited people to come along. I told them what we were cooking, gave them the recipe, and then, yeah, we just cooked along. Got a fairly good turnout from it, with people coming along either to not necessarily cook, but just to watch. But I think I've done, over the course of a year and a half, 4 or 5 of them. With the last one being just before Christmas, where we cooked fudge, decorated up the house, positioned the camera. Actually, luckily it's all slow cookers, so I kind of moved the portable kitchen into the living room here, and had Christmas trees on the back, made it all look all fun, and did Christmas singing, a Christmas quiz, and
Excellent.
yeah, just something a bit different. I think it just breaks up the loneliness and gives people that what's the word? A bit more involvement, because you just do it, you're actually physically doing something rather than maybe sat there with a bit of paper or just watching someone read some quizzes
Well,
out.
this sort of thing saved me, Jordan, is the vlog, the Earnest Prattle vlog, because I live on my own, and I became very poorly over the COVID situation, during that time.
Yeah.
I was housebound for quite a long time, so the only contact I got was via the camera lens through a Zoom call. So it became a very important outlet to keep me interacting with other people.
Yeah.
So it's amazing what people find to do when normal life, changes.
It stops being normal.
It stops being normal. I mean, what is normal these days? We don't know anymore. But the cooking scenario, and it got you involved with the BBC eventually. You want to tell me about that, please, Jordan?
Yeah, certainly can. So it was my partner Amy who found it. It was Pinch of Nom, which I absolutely love their cookbooks. And not
Pinch of Nom.
Pinch of Nom, yeah. I'm not plugging anything there, but their cookbooks are great. But it's
so we don't mind free samples if we can plug it to that point.
Yeah, okay, cook a load.
Allegedly.
But they were advertising, looking for people who had done either cooking vlog videos like these, or anything that with a background and comfortable on camera, to do these cooking videos, and put my name forward, filled out an application, had a couple of phone calls, and a couple of weeks after that they wanted me to do some of these videos and film them from home. So they sent me all this equipment, like proper studio lights, about 3 different iPhones to record on. I had to set up my iPad to speak to the directors and them, and the camera here, and I had to position them all to be able to view sort of chopping board and me. And that involved me, because the way their kitchen's set out, it's like a galley kitchen, so there wasn't really enough space on the normal sides to be able to have the camera on the back. So I had to take my computer desk in, wedge myself into the kitchen, prop it up on, I didn't have anything to really prop it up on, so it was propped up on, to make it high enough to chop, what was it, celebrations boxes from the Christmas before, because that's the only thing I could find. And it was good fun. It was quite hard work. I did 2 videos, and each video, the filming consisted of about 2.5 hours, and it was all done in one day. So I had to kind of change over midday, and but the timer still went, so it was still 45 minutes. So if they wanted me to stop and refilm something, I had kind of to not cook for that period of time. But yeah.
And can you remember what you cooked, Jordan?
What did I cook? The first thing I cooked was the Zinger chicken burgers. So it's basically chicken breast covered in spicy Doritos crushed up with a bit of cayenne and herbs and spices in it, and you cook it in the oven to make it crispy, and it's like on a burger, which was great. And the apart from the breasts were too big, so I didn't have enough things to go over them with.
Okay.
But then the other one was baked chimichangas, which they were really nice. Baked chimichangas.
To a baking, cooking Luddite, such as myself, what's one of them, Jordan?
So it's sort of a mixture of what was in it, like chicken, peppers, black beans, very Mexican style in a wrap, and then you kind of fold the wrap into a parcel and you bake them in the oven, so kind of the wrap on the outside goes crispy, similar to, I don't know, an enchilada or a fajita, but it's just baked. But again, that one was really nice. I preferred that one to the chicken burger that I did to start with. But yeah, both of the videos are on the Facebook page as well for Pinch of Nom. I got my 5 minutes of fame from those. But yeah,
well, we'll make sure I'll share the links to those at the end of the video and basically in the comments too, so everybody can see your 5 minutes of cooking fame, Jordan.
Go and have a laugh. Yeah, there's one bit, and I remember it, and I didn't know whether they put it on because they just said act, you know, or not act. They just said just go along, because at the end of the day, you do 2 hours worth of filming. They condense it down into a 10-minute video. So the director at the start of it was like, no matter what you do, we'll make you look great, because we'll just take all the bad bits out. But there was one bit in it, and I remember when I was doing the Doritos over the chicken, and I was reading through the recipe, and it was like, put the Doritos in a bag and grab a rolling pin. And I was like, oh, I get to smash stuff. And that's literally probably one of the first things you hear on the video when you watch it, is me going, I get to smash stuff. It's great. Yeah, it was fun.
Well, to be fair, you have actually got the look of an online or a television cook, Jordan.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Is it? You remind me a little bit of Floyd, Keith Floyd. Back in the 70s. You need a glass of wine though, to be fair.
I don't. I've only got my drink here.
You've only got your drink there. You need a glass of wine, and see, I'm having a quick tipple there. A little bit of wine for the pan, and the rest of it for you to drink.
Yeah, that's always the way it is. Always cook with some sort of spirits. Not necessarily the dish needs it, but always cook with some sort.
I never realised it, Jordan. You're so talented. You know, good looker, good cooker, and a good. Well, fashionable person. I'll be careful on the last one.
Yeah,
just to make pudding against trouble.
I was going to say baker, but you've got to be careful on how you say that. But,
absolutely. So, like I say, for a cooking Luddite such as myself, then Jordan, give me a simple recipe. Then I can bang up tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't say this. Now you're putting me on the spot.
I've got some chicken in the freezer.
You got some chicken. Have you got like, cream cheese? Have you got some cream cheese?
I've got some cream cheese. Go on.
Okay. Onion, garlic.
I've got some onions. I've got some. Yeah, you're doing well so far. I've got paprika and you know the spice rack and herbs and spices.
Chicken stock. Okay, stock cubes.
Yes, I've got some chicken stock cubes.
And that's fine. And then some pasta.
Yes.
Okay, so fry your onions first. So chop them up, slice them or dice them however you want them. Fry those for a few minutes. Slice your chicken and then add that. Make sure that's browned all over. Add your garlic then. So you don't want to add your garlic at the start with your onions because you lose some of the garlic flavour. So always add it sort of middle of your cooking so you're not losing the flavour.
Okay.
At that point, add your paprika or any other sort of flavours that you want. When I do something like this, I use Cajun flavoring or fajita or chili powder. So add your paprika there and make sure it's all coated. Then add your chicken stock. Now, I've always found, and when I was making dishes, that especially pasta ones, that I never really used to add stock because I was like, well, it's going to be too watery. I'm going to have too much sauce. But if you get a stock cube and add about 150 to 200 ml of water, so only a small amount, and add that to your pan and then let that simmer for 5 to 10 minutes, it reduces down to quite a thick sauce. At that point, when you're about done, or while that is reducing, if you put your pasta on and cook that as you normally would,
Yeah.
and then just as you're about to serve everything up, if you take the pan off the heat, add about a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of cream cheese to it, you get a creamy, chickeny mixture. And then, yeah, just mix that through your pasta. It's just a couple of minutes, and I do that. I've done it with prawns, chorizo, chicken, bacon, and it's just quite a simple little thing with cream cheese, stock, and onions, and you've got a decent dish to go with on that.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
It's like Earnest Prattle does Ready Steady Cook with Jordan Miller.
That's it. Maybe what you should have done is the other way around. You should have got a bag next to you with red pepper on the front of it and gone, right, I've got a onion, I've got a chicken, I've got this. What can you cook with that?
Yeah, I've been out in Bulwell. I've got £5 worth in this bag. What can you do with it?
A loaf of bread.
I've got well, a Bulwell £5 bag will be a tin of special brew, a bag of cheese and onion crisps, and half a block of mouldy cheese and a bit of lard.
That's about right.
So it'd be quite a struggle with that, Jordan, to be fair.
I'm sure I could think of something. Maybe if you drink enough of the special brew, it doesn't matter what else you're eating after that.
So what's the future for the Jordan cooking feature? Is there anything on the pipeline, or?
I'd like to. I'm trying to work out the best way to do it. And funnily enough, with work, I was roped into doing a spat for May the 4th that's coming up, obviously on May for Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of something to do for that. And I thought, well, rather than doing a cook along, because I need to have the video submitted or whatever I'm putting forward submitted by end of next week, I thought, well, let's do a short video instead. I'll do it myself. So that's my mission for tomorrow. Bank holiday Monday is filming something Star Wars related to do with cooking and turning it into sort of a 5-minute or less video of doing it. But that's going to give me a benchmark to see how well I can do short videos and edit them and put them all together. And
do it, Jordan.
Yeah, and then set something up, a YouTube channel or something along those lines eventually, of that. And I mean, I watch things like Twitch, people, computer games and cooking, and eventually if I find a way to move from YouTube to more of a live streaming situation, then to live stream them as well. Don't really have the space in the kitchen or the camera setup to be able to do it, so it's kind of working it out. But I think starting on short videos, just constantly filming me cooking a dish and then putting all the videos into a video editing software and snip them down just to a 3-minute video, just so it's easy to watch, funny, to the point.
And that's all you need, and that's to grab people's attention. I find, for what I do, the shorter videos sometimes are better and are more watched than the longer ones.
Yeah,
you want to grab people's attention, Jordan.
Yeah, pull them in, and then eventually spot that with longer cooking ones that go a bit more in depth. But I've kind of been looking at it and researching it and seeing different video styles, and I think the one that I kind of want to go with is the one where it's very much like a camera in front of you, similar situation to this, and it is just like flour, poof, bowl, and then sugar, bowl, those really just to the point. And
I think it'd be fantastic, Jordan. You're a character and a half. You've got the personality for it. You've got the bow tie for it.
I have. I've got many. I've got loads of them.
You're the modern day Keith Floyd.
Well, I can only try. I mean, it's just finding time sometimes though as well. But that's why I want to do the shorter videos, because they're easier to do. Probably more work in the long run of editing them rather than just doing a full cooking video. But
when you've got your YouTube channel up and running, Jordan, give me a shout and I will feature it for you.
Yeah,
and we can put the word out there for you.
Yeah, we can share. We'll feature each other.
That'd be absolutely. Perhaps I could feature in one of your, cookette shows.
Yeah, we do that, and we could do a cook along featuring Earnest Prattle.
I'll show you what Earnest Prattle can do with a spud and a tin of beans.
Yeah,
I know a few people that probably tell me something to do with a spud, but I don't think that's broadcastable. To be honest,
you have to be careful. That's the one thing about streaming and things like that. It's like, what can I get away with and say?
Correct. And you probably notice that I tend to sit on the fence a lot, which in my way is quite dangerous. when it comes to giving opinions on when you're vlogging, it's best to stay neutral as possible.
Stay neutral
Jordan.
as possible. Yeah, yeah, I can see that.
With my sense of humour, I have not been cancelled to this point. I have no idea.
It's the
But
sense of humour that does it
touch
for me.
wood, we're still around, Jordan. So anyway, thanks very much for talking to me, Jordan. As is normal with my vlogs,
Mhm.
I normally ask my guests to say hello to my mum. His mum's name is Anne.
Mhm.
So would you just give a quick message to my mum, please, Jordan, if you don't mind?
I certainly can. Hi, Anne. I hope you're doing well. Now I've given Paul a dish to cook. I'm sure he will be cooking for you in not so long. So,
Well, you never know.
Yeah.
As long as we don't poison her, I'll perhaps have a go, Jordan. So
yeah, that doesn't fall back on me if you do, though. Just to say.
actually, yes, there's no legality in there, Jordan. So I'll make sure
Yeah.
there's nothing coming back on you. But anyway, absolute pleasure talking to you, Jordan. Thank you very much for your time.
Well, thank you for letting me come along. It's been great.
Thank you, brother.